When you heard the news about Pimp C passing, how bad did it hit you?
The first call came from a friend of mine named Albie. He called us and said that he was on, this was back when people were on message boards and shit like that. And I think he was on like a Black Planet message board or something. And he was like, somebody typed that Pimp C had just died in a hotel in LA. And so I was like, that can't be. You know what I'm saying? I would have heard something about that. So I called his mom and asked her, had she talked to him? And for the first time in his life, in our career, he did not call her at night. He always called his mom before he went to bed. That was the only night he never called her. And then we got the call, the confirmation, and I lost it, man. I'll be honest. I lost it. I get emotional now thinking about it. It was probably the most life-altering moment I've ever had. You know what I'm saying? Because it was, you know, there was nothing that would have led up to that, right? It was just very kind of the moment kind of thing. And I don't think I'd ever had anybody that was that close to me. I mean, I had aunts and uncles and, you know, friends and classmates, but nobody that I had that close of a relationship with died. And so it was very, very hard to process. And when the radio station called to see if I wanted to talk about it, I was in tears when they called. And I did pretty much the whole interview crying, you know, but I thought it was important for young black men to see that it's okay to mourn, it's okay to cry, you don't have to be tough through those moments, because holding those emotions in is kind of what fucks you up for real later. And then one of the calls that I got that really kind of helped me work through it was from RZA. And I had never met RZA before. I'd never talked to RZA. I still to this day have no idea how he got my phone number, but he had just lost old Dirty prior to that. And so he just called me to, you know, to give his condolences and kind of talk about, because Dirty was RZA's cousin. So they had a very, you know, he had known him all his life. And so he understood the dynamic that Pimp and I had, and just really kind of talked to me for probably about 20 minutes, you know, just about, you know, dealing with grief and all that kind of shit, man. And that really helped me in that moment.
Did they announce the cause of death at the end?
Not really. It was a complication of the drugs, but also sleep apnea. Pimp had gained a lot of weight while he was in prison because he didn't really have to do shit. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't a push-up kind of guy. So like a lot of guys come out of prison because, you know, they got to get in shape and be, you know, quick and be ready to handle anything that might happen. Pimp didn't really have those issues in prison because everybody loved him. So he was just in there just kind of eating. He was working in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying?